In Jonah chapter 1, verse 12, I'm going to hand off to Father God in this last part of it. We'll cover this last part of Jonah where it says, "For I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you." Okay? I put a picture of it up on Facebook. This is a picture of the last part of Jonah chapter 1, verse 12. Okay? Now I'm going to try to explain it a little bit to you. Let the Spirit of God flow through me, okay? Hand off to God. I want the Christ to be in control. This stuff's going down. And let's demonstrate it, show how to do it, okay? This is not so we're assigning blame to somebody. No, we're just telling. This is really, this part of Jonah, the Christ, this part of you is hiding out. Now we're getting rid of this part. Coming out, exposing this part when God's splitting this double-mindedness inside of it, so He can chop out, get out, cleanse you, circumcise this foreskin, this fleshly stuff from your heart, from your mind, from this little bitty ball, little by little by little, and come back into God. Let's break this down a little bit closer, okay? A picture speaks much more than 1,000 words can articulate, can describe it. Especially to one that's got any amount of blindness, deaf, dumb, hear, all those things. Can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, and none of your senses. But you're seeing, hearing, taste, touch, smell, because you got ego in there, fleshly thinking. God circumcises little bit by little bit by little bit so that He comes back in. This thing's the wrong king. It's stabbing you. It's giving you the shank. It's like stabbing you, and you're out there blaming other things. God said, no. Let me cut this thing out. Do hog diet first. Take it captive. Take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ, and I'll do it. Because the battle is the Lord's. You can't take and do it all yourself. But as you agree unto God when He gives you the opportunity, when it's crashing waves, say, yes, Lord. Boom, boom, boom. I want this thing gone, right? Like in between each cycle. It gets down in there. Still small, exact size. Yes, Father, zap. Yes, Father, zap. Yes, Father, zap, zap. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. It's growing more in this and less in this. This is decreasing, God's increasing. Chop, chop, zap, zap, like a spark plug. Zap, 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 zap. And it's growing 1 to 2 to 4 to 8, 16, 32, 64. Doesn't take that long whenever it's doing this. But it's intense. It's an intense chopping down that tree, that humanistic horse, thinking your own strength. As Father God is chop, 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 zap, zappa, 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 because you're green light, green light, green. I'm fearing you, God. I'm not fearing you. And saying, whoa, put a horse on this. And it starts going back down and going, you're going into poop there, back into your double-mindedness. No, keep agreeing, keep habitually practicing this so it's zap, 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 okay? God's showing me this, and I'm reflecting it out, okay, the best I can. Now, let's get into it a little bit more. I'm trying to show, I'm putting this on Facebook. I'll put a little description there now. Let's go over it a little bit, okay? I'll show you the words in here, but then now let's take, not only look at all the concordances here, I'll just touching that. And then I'll try to relate it in this picture God showed me. Oh my goodness. Much more. It's much more than just in a kiddie or in a little wading pool, in a little swimming. Man, you're going to die. And we're going to breathe new life. Revived back into God. Do it again back into the state of God's safety. Breathing the oxygen like in gills from the oxygen, not dying in the physical, but you're dying to your self way of thinking. Breathing this cold as ice, humanistic way of thinking. You're over 666 ways, right? 666, humanistic thinking, letter of the law. It's gotta be this way or I can't do it. Well, no, you can't do it at all in your own strength. If you could, why did Jesus come for the sealing, the missing of the mark of the whole world? All this and all that out here. This orderly arrangement in your mind and the orderly arrangement out here of everybody and all this physical stuff. Huh? God works from the inside to the out, not outside to the in. That's pharisaical way. Big old box up here, see, this is how you do it. And then they don't do nothing inside. Dead man's bones inside. God goes in here and gets this dead man's bones, just flush the thinking out, and then it reflects out. Because you'll know a tree by that person, that little bit, by the fruit it bears. Let's expose it. Your Jonah, your self-thinking, is trying to hide out in its own shit, in the extremities, the most far away from God as it can, let it cool back down. So just be quiet and don't talk, don't deal with this thing, it'll go back. This crashing waves will go back to nothing. God said, no, that's not the way you do it. Crack, 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 crack. Each one keep agreeing with me, and we will zap, 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 zap as the waves are crashing. This noisy surf, this noisy waves, bang, bang, this earthquaking in your mind. He'll bring the revelation, the disclosure of truth, the end time to this worldly arrangement, this worldly thinking, a little bit by a little bit by a little bit. Chop, chop. The revelation of Jesus Christ within you. Those 22 chapters of the book of one revelation, Jesus Christ. Yahweh is salvation. Jesus, I-S-O-U-S. Not an end time, whoa, you gotta fear God. Because that's exactly what they say, the apocalypse. Wrong interpretation, that's false. That's the way the squatting king in your mind wants you to interpret it. So you stay fearful and going and eating poop hot dogs, your own good and evil stuff. It's wrong thinking. It's high time we get it right. So it starts to zap each time as you habitually practice it. Once you start getting it right, the first time it's like germinate it and it chop. Then you do it again. Chop. Chop, chop, zap, zap, zap. Circumcise, circumcise, circumcise. All your days. 3 days. How many days was Jesus in the tomb? 3. In the sepulcher? 3 days. In the third day, he was resurrected. The third age. Zap. It's not like the new one. It's one time you're done. No, this is baptism, circumcision of the heart, of the fleshly thinking, all your days. And zap, 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 zap. 1 day, zap, zap. 2 days, zap, zap, zap. 3 days, resurrect. This thing's dead. So you can, all your 3 days, a short time. I got a long way to go. Come back to God. And it's short life to get there. Short 3 days. Although it may seem real long, but in the parade of life, like from beginning to end, the Alpha and the Omega, it seems like, oh man, it's a long time when you're right down there on the level, this lower atmospheric region, like down on the street, where you're living your life. I'm thinking, whoa, this pothole right here is killing me. I'm going to hell in a handbasket crash. It's killing me over and over. Well, we gotta die to ourselves daily. It's fleshly thinking, and do that by green lighting God so he'll zap. Here comes a crashing wave, another one. Zap! Zap! Hiya! Right? Hiya! Karate chop. Remember from Father, Yahweh, salvation, Yahweh. Not Jehovah. You got to take out the vowels. Do it right now, because you only got a short, precise, correct timing when it comes in between zap, zap, wave, crash, to make your mind up. Be reasonable, sit my way. Okay, yes, sir, Father. Zap. Do it again. Quickly. Right now. Not with delay, because then it's going to zap. You're going to cool down. Come back to your own double-mindedness. Zap it out. Chop it out. Yeah. Zap it out. Yeah. Circumcise that foreskin of your heart. Right. Oh, yeah. Do it by green lighting God, and God's doing it. The battle's the Lord's. You're agreeing with him. And he goes, zap. 1, 2, to 4, to 8, to 16, 32, 64. Ah! Booyah, buddy. Booyah, a zapatootie. Like out there shooting basketball. Swish, zap for the spirit. Zap, yeah, love God. Zap, oh yeah, I'm coming on up, and this stuff's dying. It's being circumcised all of me. Ba-ba-ba-bum. To that deluxe right mindedness and gone. I'm coming on up. Boom, the papa. And it's just splitting this down here. Over and over. Zap, zap, zap. Nuclear fission. It's bringing you up. Giving you a charm to meet God's job. Ability to love God is the first thought you, and it's increasing. Boom, boom, boom. You're growing in the glory, the doxa, the dense, weighty character of God. Boom, boom, boom. That thing's getting like smaller, but it's taking and becoming more compact. Kind of like down to an origin, a little bitty piece of God, which is infinite. His love, but this pearl's a great price. This man getting so much fuller, more complete with the pearls of great price. Oh my goodness, way beyond any natural man's way. He can't do it at all. You can't do it at all out of this. Agreeing with this squatting dog. You agree with the rightful king, and he'll do it way beyond your comprehension. And you're like 93 billion light years is being compacted down to, oh my goodness, it's really a part of a much grander, infinite ways of God, much higher way. His child, his love beyond the mere description of words, and your love, your charm, is growing and growing and growing in density, not necessarily in size, but in density, as things become more and more compact. What are you doing when you pat it down? You're like compressing it, putting more and more into the same space, more of God's love and more of God's charm into each space. Oh my goodness. Kind of like doing a black hole. Natural teaching about spirit. And this old red way can't see it at all. This double-mindedness can't see it at all. There ain't no reason in that. I can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell nothing with that, because I got a law in my life. Called my ego, it says it's got out, keeps me dumb, keeps me speaking in the he-old donkey. Well, let God circumcise that thing, give you a charm so you can speak in God's loving righteousness, the ability to love, speak in the tongues of God instead of the he-ho donkey language. Here's the love of God. You're speaking in that still small voice in between each like cycle of this piston. Crash! Like a piston. Piston going up and down. It's right the thing. There's an explosion, a little micro explosion. And it drives that piston down and back up and causes you to go through your life like a piston, burning that fuel up, and causing you to use that fuel in other ways, like to push your car down the road, or drive a motor and an engine. That piston goes down and it changes it into other forms, like burns that garbage, that fuel up, that carnality, and changes it. It's burning up, but it's not like garbage going. No, that thing's transformed into useful energy to propel you to walk, cause you to walk like a chariot, like a truck, or a car, a great motorcycle, or a dirt bike. Spark plug going on. And each one of those, if you is going down in the boom. So when you're in the parade of life, quit looking at each individual one like, oh man, it's insurmountable. Come up to God's way. It's just the opportunity to zap, 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 circumcise, zap. A little bit of this fussy thing, a little bit more. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. Let's get it out of there, son. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Whatever you see in God, habitually practice it. Do it, right? We just study more in that Philippians 4:9. The more that you know, the more that you realize you don't know. Because these pictures is showing you a whole lot more. It's like an action picture, like a movie thing. You can have one picture, or you can have so many frames per second, or for a millisecond. You might have like 1,000 or 1,000,000 frames per 1 millisecond. 1/1,000,000th of a second, have 1,000,000. That'd be like a million. In 1 second. Of a picture. Each one of those pictures is telling you more than 1,000 words to describe that. So that scene here, you can't do it. And that's just a small glimpse of it. It's much more now. In other words, it's impossible to explain what God's doing to this dumbass donkey. Your own thinking. To like this winds and waves and storms in your life make it out. What in the world's going on here? We gotta have scientific proof. You're not gonna get it. We gotta just give this stuff up in faith. Let's practice, exercise this so we come back to God's way. Superior, higher way of thinking. This way is a lower, atmospheric, dumb, mute, donkey, dumbass, donkey, beast nature, way of thinking. Trying to do all the good and evil. That's wrong. Hog tie it. Picture. Hog tying, gagging your donkey. Here, donkey, here's your, what is a harness? Instead of it jabbing you, you're jabbing it. Pulling that thing out. And God's giving you a chance in this. This is not to you. It's getting ready to bust this thing up. Like an earthquake is rumbling, tumbling, busting up. It's like a clod of dirt. Like it's rolling in the dust. It's rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies going. Keep that poop thing going. Let's bust it out all day. It's like rawhide. Can't do it right now. I got junk coming on my head. Okay? On my guts a little bit, but it's not too bad. But I'm on my whole back singing right now. All right? Boom, boom, boom. Let's come into God over and over and over, okay? Now, let's show this a little bit. On this, I'm going to go real quickly over these words, what they are, and then I'll go over this picture a little bit more, okay? Because this picture is showing us. This picture of the last part of Jonah 1:12, where Jonah's taking, and taking responsibility. This is my bad. It's time. My bad. I was hiding out in my own ship, in my own good evil stuff. Extremely as far away as I could each time. Boom. Do it God's way, not my way. Boom, boom. I might run out of time, I think. So I don't have a lot of time left on this. So I might run out. If I do, well, I might try to do another. I might be satisfied with this, okay? Now that first one, 4, comes from because with judgment in mind. And then know that, or I know that, I is A-N-I, and that's I used for emphasis. My ego is full of crap. I've done that stuff, man, that's awful. I've done it in my cesspool. I better come back to God and hold out this thing, okay? And to know, to come back and know God, because I don't want to know this more, I want to know this more. And it's because with judgment in mind, judging them. God's the judge, not this thing, okay? And then makes my sake is because this one, this will